Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. In this video we would be discussing about the biography of E.M.Forster. His full name was Edward Morgan Foster. He was born in London in 1879. He was the son of an architect. He attended Tonbridge School, which he hated. He caricatured what he termed public school behavior in several of his novels. A different atmosphere awaited him at King's College, Cambridge, which he enjoyed thoroughly. After graduation, he began to write short stories. He lived for a time in Italy. The scene of two of his early novels were Angels Fair to Tread and A Rome with a View. Cambridge is the setting for The Longest Journey in 1907. It was in this year that he returned to England and delivered a series of lectures at Working Men's College. His most mature work to date was to appear in 1910 with the publication of Howards and Foster then turned to literary journalism and wrote a play which was never staged. In 1911, he went to India with G. Lewis Dickinson, his mentor at King's College. During World War I, Foster was engaged in civilian war work in Alexandria. He returned to London after the war as a journalist. In 1921, he again went to India to work as a secretary to the Maharaja of the vast state senior. He had begun work on A Passage to India before this time, but on reading his notes in India, he was discouraged and put them aside. The book was published in 1924, having been written upon his return to England. This was his last novel. It is considered to be his magnum opus, and it won for the author the Femina Via Hurius and the James Tate Black Memorial Prizes in 1925. In 1927, Foster delivered the William George Clark Lectures at Trinity College, Cambridge. Titled Aspects of the Novel, the lectures were published in book from the same year. Also in 1927, he became a Fellow of Cambridge. Foster's writing after that time has been varied. A collection of short stories was published in 1928. A Binger Harvest is a collection of reprints of reviews and articles. During World War II, he broadcast many essays over the BBC. He has written a pregnant play, a film, two biographies, and Marina Thornton in 1957, a libretto for Benjamin Britten's opera Billy Budd, and numerous essays. In 1953, he published The Hill of Devi, an uneven collection of letters and reminiscences of his experiences in India. In 1960, A Passage to India was adapted for the stage by Sandharam Rao. After playing in London for a year, the play opened on Broadway on January 31, 1962 and ran for 110 performances. Although Foster was delighted with the adoption, most of the American critics felt the play did not measure up to the novel. In 1946, Foster moved to King's College in Cambridge to live there as an honorary fellow. Mr. Foster numerous awards including membership in the Order of Companions of Honor, a recognition bestowed in 1953 by Queen Elizabeth II, and then Foster died on 7 June 1970.